your Alaska Link weather for Fairbanks and the interior.
We are starting that countdown to the end of February, as our last day of February is next week, Friday, so a week out from that. But as we look at our last 5 days, we've been heading into this week with some of these more mild temperatures. The 28th and 26 or 28 and 26 degree high temperature we had Tuesday and Wednesday did average out with the morning lows to the warmest days we've had this month, and we're going to continue to see that last year as we head even towards the end of March. Now, end of February, excuse me, into March. Now, what we have here for our Friday, starting off the day still at the single-digit lows, but still noting that we are climbing into those 20s, so continuing to hold above those averages. Not breaking any record highs, we'd have to head into the 40s, but we are noting that it is a very mild feel. As we note that we can get those Arctic spills of cold air this time of the year, and they can be long-lived, especially with the nice deep cold snowpack that we have this time of the year as well. What we'll note is that the above normal conditions are rinse and repeating, not only here through the end of February, but looking like even taking us into March, where there are some forecast potential of bringing high temperatures towards that freezing mark, so hitting 32 degrees or warmer potentially. Still far out forecast, so we'll monitor. But for this last week of February, what we're noting is that we're going to see some cloudier conditions at times due to active weather to the south in the Gulf, but overall we're not really spilling over much of that precipitation here into the interior. There will be a slight chance on Monday, as well as some mention of some snow showers in the Alaska Range, but outside of that, it is going to be about the warm and dry conditions. So for our Friday, single-digit start to the day, then breaking into some of that sunshine, we are heading to high temperatures into the lower 20s. There is still some of that general breeze in place, not overall a gusty day by any means, but we will have at least some areas of those 25-mile-per-hour gusts, and we know with any type of temperatures this time of the year and a wind, it does create a little bit of that chill within the air. And the wind will rinse and repeat with these mild conditions as we head into the forecast, noting that we especially talk about still a little bit of that stronger wind through Saturday, but then noting there's a little bit of an ease there Sunday through Tuesday, but consistency overall. Now, as we look at daylight hours here, 9 hours and 17 minutes of daylight. What we are noting is that we're now at the point at the end of February, noting that we're a month away from the spring equinox, where we get to that point where we're going to be talking getting towards 12 hours of daylight, and that it only still continues to grow as we head into summer, really starting to uptick too when we get a stronger sun angle, increasing the average temperature. Now, the average temperature for this time of the year is 17, so heading into those teens to 20s, we are above normal here across much of the interior, and will continue to stay above normal for the foreseeable future, even noting that next week we are noting that there is a stronger push to pull us back into more of those mid to upper 20s as we generally hold on to those fair weather conditions.